The Champions League starts tonight as the Reds take on AC Milan. In today's video, we'll discuss all the latest news ahead of the clash, including a massive update on Federico as a twist has emerged. There's so much to cover in today's video, but first, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. There has been widespread debate over Ancelotti's lack of rotation following an intense international break. The defeat to Forest had little to do with the lack of changes. It was no secret that the intensity would pick up immediately after the international break for Liverpool, with 7 games in just 22 days. Having named a consistent starting lineup in his first 3 Premier League games, heavily featuring players who regularly represented their country, there was a case that rotation was needed. It didn't come against Nottingham Forest, meaning 7 of the 11 played the maximum minutes for their country during the break before being thrown straight back into domestic action. The intensity of the calendar is nothing new for Liverpool supporters, but Ancelotti has yet to embrace what is a key ingredient for success following his move from Feyenoord. If rotation was the reason why we didn't win the game, then it probably wouldn't have been the first game I lost in 2024. Last Saturday at Forest, we didn't rotate a lot, he explained. For me, and everyone is entitled to their own opinion, it's too simple to blame the loss on rotation because I think too many players didn't reach their usual level. That applies not only to those who started, but also to those who came off the bench. For me, it had a lot to do with the opponent's playing style, which made it really difficult for us. But in the end, if you don't win, you try to find as many reasons as possible. I also asked myself the question, does it have anything to do with the things you said? But I prefer to look back at the game and assess what we did well and what we didn't. I think we could have done many things much better, and that wasn't related to rotation. We'll never know if rotating 3 or 4 players would have meant we won, and that's true. We won't know. Consistency in team selection is often admired and is key to success, but utilizing squad depth at the right time is a lesson he can still learn from. Jurgen Klopp continued, I think a day before the Forest press conference, someone said to me, 10 of your players have started for their national team, so which ones were completely rested then? Now I can do something about rotation in the upcoming games because they are all with me, but before that, they were with the national team, and almost all of them played 2 full 90-minute matches. I think they were prepared for that. We tried to prepare them for that, and for me, this loss doesn't have to do with rotation but more to do with the opponent and too many players not bringing what they can. Surely we can expect changes at the San Siro tonight though, right? A twist has emerged, as it seems Federico Chiesa could make his debut this evening after it was said he wouldn't be ready. Yes, Klopp hinted that minutes could be on the way for Federico Chiesa for the first time in a Liverpool shirt, should Liverpool need him against AC Milan. The Italian was named in Klopp's 23-man traveling squad for their Champions League opener, and he is to be one of Liverpool's 12 substitutes for the match. Chiesa has watched the last 2 games from the stands since signing, and the visit to the San Siro could yet be the scene of his debut after weeks of training at the AXA training center. Klopp made it clear in his pre-match press conference that the 26-year-old would not be in the starting 11, but hinted that minutes are a possibility, though he included a notable if. It's the first time he's in the team selection, and since I said it's the first time, it would be a big surprise for him and everyone if he starts tomorrow, Klopp explained. I don't think you should expect that he starts, but he could make a few minutes for the first time tomorrow, if we need him. That's something we'll see tomorrow. There is an argument that Liverpool needed Chiesa when they were chasing the game against Nottingham Forest, but it's clear that his chance is coming, whether it be against Milan or in the near future. Klopp continued, I don't expect him to be in the starting lineup because he's been with Juventus, training on his own for a long time, and now, for a few weeks, he's been training with us. It's too early for him to play 90 minutes, but hopefully, he can make his first minutes in the upcoming fixtures. With two home fixtures on the horizon, against Bournemouth and West Ham in the League Cup, it wouldn't be a surprise to see Klopp wait until then to give his new signing some minutes. Either way, it is evident that the head coach thinks highly of the Italian. On the signing of the number 14, Klopp said, "I always like to bring in quality players, and we believe Chiesa is a quality player. He combines that quality with an enormous work rate. The culture of this club and this team is about working really hard when we don't have the ball, and I think he brings that to his game in combination with scoring goals and playing in several positions." In addition to all this, we also saw a bit of sarcasm as Alisson brilliantly spoke out against the new Champions League format and how players' opinions continue to be overlooked. From 2024/2025 onwards, the number of clubs in the Champions League will rise from 32 to 36 in the new league phase, with each team playing 8 games in the initial stage. In this new format, a team could potentially play 17 matches on the way to the final, compared to the maximum of 13 in the old format. UEFA pushed through these changes by saying players and fans will enjoy being involved in big games every week, but they continue to disregard the opinions of those who make the game possible. Speaking ahead of Liverpool's return to the Champions League, Alisson was asked about the demands of the new format and responded brilliantly, even offering a touch of sarcasm. He said, "I think for the supporters it's amazing, more big games, big teams playing against each other. For us players, it's good, you're going to play against the best in Europe, and it's always a good idea to add some games to the calendar that isn't busy," before adding with a smile, "I'm being ironic a little bit." He continued, "Again, we are here to do our job, but nobody asked the players what we think about adding more games, so maybe our opinion doesn't matter. But everybody knows what we think about having more games. Everybody is tired of that. But we have to put those kinds of things to the side and stay focused on the challenges we have here against Milan." When a journalist followed up on his remark about players not being asked for their input, they asked what he thought the appropriate number of games per season would be. Alisson handled the question superbly, responding, "This is not the only question I should answer here. Okay, the number is 30 or 40, but it's a matter of sitting down together and listening to all parties. We understand we have the side of the media, from TV, from UEFA, FIFA, the Premier League, and domestic competitions. We're not stupid, we understand that. We understand people want more games." He emphasized the importance of dialogue, saying, "But the reasonable thing would be for all the parties I mentioned, all the people responsible for organizing the calendar, to sit together and listen to all parts, including the players. So many players have spoken already about that, and we just need to be listened to. What we would like is to sit together and be understood, thinking about the direction football wants to go, not just adding games, competitions, and more of this and that." Alisson concluded by stressing the physical toll on players, saying, "In the end, what we want is to give our best football. If you're tired, you cannot compete at a high level. I want to give my best in all the games I play, but we need a solution for that, and it doesn't look like we are close to a good solution for football's sake and the players' sake." Lastly, Liverpool loanee Leo Kumas is facing another managerial change at Stoke City. After Stoke's poor start to the season, Steven Schumacher has been sacked as their manager. Kumas, who signed a long-term deal with Liverpool in the summer before moving to Stoke on loan, had made an immediate impact in the Championship. He scored on his first start for the club and followed it up with a goal and an assist in a 5-0 win over Middlesbrough in the League Cup, earning praise from Stoke fans. However, Stoke's form in the league has been less impressive, with 2 wins and 3 losses from their first 5 matches, leading to Schumacher's dismissal. Stoke sporting director, John Walters, expressed hope that a new manager would be announced soon. In the meantime, Alex Morris and Ryan Shawcross have been appointed as caretaker managers. Walters added, "We have a young, dynamic squad that is eager to develop and a clear vision of how to achieve success, and we hope to announce a new appointment shortly." On a personal level, Kumas and Liverpool will be hoping the managerial change does not impact the young forward's development or playing time at Stoke. All right, Liverpool fans, what are your score predictions for the game against AC Milan? And do you think K will make his debut? Yes or no? Let me know down in the comments. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for your daily Liverpool content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care, peace.